Again, is this working here?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Michael Bann, and I'm with Bann Business Solutions. And today I'm going to talk about direct mail. I apologize, I'm not a professional speaker, but we're going to get through this as quickly as we possibly can. Bann Business Solutions was established in 1939. We're a third-generation family business. If you don't know much about family businesses, only 12% of family businesses get to the third generation, so we're pretty proud of that. We actually were also just told that we're one of the fastest growing print distributorships in the United States by the PSDA, which is our national organization. So for an old organization, we feel pretty good about that as well. We sell a lot of different products revolving around direct marketing, whether it be print, direct mail, promotional items, and a lot of other stuff that I'm not going to get into today. We're also going to have a special offer for you. I'm going to get into that later. We're going to talk a little bit about QR codes. The whole discussion today is about cross-media, and Jeremy and Dave and Jill are going to get into their various areas, but there's a lot of different areas that encompass what is called cross-media, and every business is going to use and find different venues that are going to work better for their specific businesses. So you need to know what's out there and do some investigating, test, measure, tweak. That's the thing that we talk about with our business. We're going to specifically talk about direct mail. And direct mail is made up of some major components. And the first one is what we call the big idea. There's also the list, the offer, copy, and how do you actually send it. I also want to make note today I have a couple of my associates with me, Karen Gilbertson, who is going to answer any questions you have about promotional products and how they can help your business in a general way and specifically with direct mail. And I also have Brian Larson here, who is going to answer questions specifically about more on the printing end and what we call variable image print, and also from the mail perspective of the issues behind working with the United States Postal Service. So, again, the big idea, what is it? The big idea has to be important to your prospect. It has to be exciting. It has to be beneficial. You want to create what we call a category of one for your company. You want to find out what makes you unique. And you also want to find out what's going to lead to that inevitable conclusion of making a purchase. Jill's going to talk a lot about this later, but we live and we die by our database. It's the most important thing that we have going. It's the foundation of your success. Each business should focus on creating their lists, whether it's an in-house list or you're going to go out and you're going to purchase a list. And when you get that list, you have to guard it, and you have to build it, and you have to clean it. You have to make sure that when you send out a direct mail piece that it's getting to the right people, that you're not sending it to multiple places, or multiple people in the same house, and you want to make sure that if there are returns, that you clean that up and you get rid of it. You want to, like I said, continue to ask for and capture contact information. It's the lifeblood of your organization. Any offer that you put together in a direct mail piece, and the offer is very, very important, and we have a list that we're going to provide you if you send me an email of 70 different probing questions that any direct mail piece should look at. And these are a couple of the important pieces. They need to be specific, exclusive, unique. They have to create value. It has to be relevant. What's important to me might not be important to you. It should be very easy to understand and to use. You have to have credibility, and I'm a big believer in creating a sense of urgency when you send a piece out in the mail, and also about making guarantees. The copy of a piece, we like to talk about it as being a four-legged stool. If you have one leg missing, the stool might still be able to stand up. If you're missing two legs, things are going to crumble right into itself. So leg one is your big idea. It's the unifying concept that holds everything together and expresses your USP. Does anyone know what a USP is? Your unique selling proposition. Again, everyone has to find out what their unique selling proposition is and then focus their piece on that. Leg 2 is the benefit, the promise of how your product or service is going to help your recipient get whatever it is that they want. Leg 3 is your track record. You know, go ahead and talk about your testimonials. You have successes that you've done. And the fourth leg is your credibility. You know, how you separate yourself and how you position yourself in the marketplace. Are you a high-end product? Are you a lower-end product? Is it for the masses? Is it for a narrow marketplace? Repetition is the key. I talked about it. Test it, measure it, tweak it. When you send out a direct mail piece, generally speaking, you're going to want to send it out multiple times because you never know when it's going to be the exact right time to hit that recipient. You're going to want to incorporate some unique kinds of what we call technology tools, whether it be a Pearl, a Girl, a QR code. We're going to get into that in a couple minutes here. And you want to keep on doing it for as long as there's success. Even Google uses direct mail. So everyone is using direct mail. It's a great product to use. These are some of the technology, some of those terminologies up there you might know, some you probably aren't familiar with. A Pearl is a personalized URL. And if you've ever seen a direct mail piece, excuse me, I'm going to set this down here for a second, that you've gotten, the likelihood of you opening the piece up is increased dramatically if you see your name on the piece, which is something like this here. When it comes to the mail and you see your name on it, you have to go into a computer and you have to hand type that in. Sometimes people like to do that, sometimes they don't. But it's a wonderful tool to engage your consumer to either go to a personalized landing page, a video, a website, your e-commerce site. It's a great lead capture tool where you can get them to enter their contact information, and now you've captured their contact information and you can get into one-to-one communication with them. It's all about that interactive and that measurability. A Girl, on the other hand, is just a generic Pearl. That means that I don't know it's going to Mike. I don't know Mike Bann right now. I'm going to send it out, and it's going to say directmail@bannbiz.com. There's no individual name on it. But once I go onto it, I know that someone has hit my site. I can measure the fact that someone's hit that site and opened up that direct mail piece. Hopefully, if I'm smart, I'm going to direct them to a contact page, and I'm going to capture their contact information so that the next time I talk to them, I know that it was Mike Bann that hit me. Okay? What did I do here, Pat? There we go. QR codes. QR codes are a two-dimensional barcode. And again, the great thing about a QR code is that it can interact with a smartphone. So many of us today have smartphones, and you can literally take a picture, download a software, it's free, you can take a picture. I'm sure most of us have now seen QR codes. It's easier than a Pearl because of the fact that I don't have to go to a computer and enter anything. I can take my smartphone and I can automatically get sent to where I want them to go. Again, that landing page, that video, wherever it is that I want them to go. We actually are going to have a special limited time offer that we're having today. If you want to scan this code, you can do that. It'll be available later. If anyone has ever heard of the Intelligent Mail Barcode, it's something that you can buy from the USPS. And again, it will lift your measurability of your piece so that you can track it better. A great side benefit of the Intelligent Mail Barcode is that when the piece gets sent out in the mail, I can attach, and if I have my end user's email address, I can actually send an email to the recipient. And once it gets scanned by the United States Post Office, an email automatically gets sent to the recipient that says, hey, I sent you a piece, look for it, it's going to be there in a day or two, whatever the message is. It's a wonderful product. It does cost more, but sometimes it's worth it. Variable data print is so important on any kind of a postcard or a direct mail piece that you're going to be using. Again, it relies on good data, but allows you to personalize your message. The important thing is when you're sending anything to someone is, do you know me? Do you understand who I am? we talk about segmentation, whether it's geography,